So what's up guys, in today's video we're gonna create an Flappy Bird clone in like 20 minutes and it's gonna be fun, okay? So first we gonna set up the sprites. So I imported the Flappy Bird sprite sheet and I will leave it in the description. So let's open sprite editor and let's you need to be accurate with the box when you're creating when you're marking the sprites, so be accurate. Yeah, so yeah, only need the sprite, the Flappy Bird and the pipes for now, but we might need another things. But for now, the sprite, like the pipes and the Flappy Bird. Okay. So looking good. Okay, let's check. Okay, looking good. Let's hit here, apply, and close it. Good, good. So now, as you saw, it was very blurry. So let's change the max size to 4000 and the compression to none and the filter mode to point and no filter. And now it should be less blurry, I think. Let's see. Open. Yeah, it's looking great. Okay, okay, okay. So here, let's. Whoa, you might see that this is really tiny. So let's make the pixel per unit to 32, I think, and it will, yeah, look better. And we will change the the resolution to 9 by 16. You can do it here, pressing the plus, and then aspect ratio. Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. Press aspect ratio and press 9, 16, and yeah. Okay. So now we have the Flappy Bird, and let's name it Fluffy Bird. Wait. And now we want to create the animation of the Flappy Bird. So first we will go to the assets, press right click, create folder, and let's call it animation. Okay, so now we need to create an animation controller. So in animation controller here, okay, we will call it Flappy Bird AC. AC, it's basically animator controller. So yeah, and let's drag it to the Flappy Bird. So now we can create an animation, and here we will gonna uh, press create and name it to flap. Yep, let's save it. And as you can see, it imported here the animation, and here you can change the sprites. So now, but yeah, that's all. Oh, forgot that I can wait. Yes. Okay, now let's enter this. Yes, and this. Let's turn it to 8 and look. Oh, pity. Let's turn the samples to 14. Okay, I might it needs to be a little bit faster. Yeah, looking good. Yeah. Oh, I mixed up the animation, so it needs to be here. Okay, now it's looking better. Let's create it. Okay, now it's looking better. Okay, so basically here is the animation, and now we will need to create an collision. So we will make capsule collider, and let's and please press on direction, change it to horizontally, and make it that it will fit to the Flappy Bird. Okay. Once it's fit to the Flappy Bird, once it fits, we will gonna add rigid body 2D. Okay. And this will basically enable physics in the game. So if we were gonna press play, you will see that the Flappy Bird is falling. Yeah, physics. Cool. Okay, so now we will need to actually make the first script. Yeah. So let's in the assets create a new folder that called scripts. Okay. Yep. The basic. And now let's create a mono behavior script that called Flappy Bird. And Flappy Bird. Okay. So let's enter. So yeah, that's the Unity engine, and we will now create the script, and the script will handle the player, like the jumping of the player, that when he presses the space bar, the space button, or uh, I will think, yeah, just the space button, the Flappy Bird will jump. So we will take a private rigid body to the RB. Okay, so yeah, okay, we will take an serialized field private uh, float, so it's basically a decimal number. Let's call it the jump force. Let's make it 5 as default, I think. Yeah, and I think that's it for now. Okay, yeah. So start, we want to assign the rigid body 2D to the player. So here we're gonna do RB, yeah, equals get component rigid body 2D. Yeah, very easy. And now we want to check if we're pressing the space button. Okay, so if input dot get key down. Okay, key down. Now key code. So it's basically an enum key code dot space. Check for space, yeah. Now, if I'm pressing the space button, the player should jump. So let's do like this. RB dot linear velocity equals new vector 2. Okay, new vector 2. Okay, now we want to be careful, because if we will write right now 0 and jump force. Oh, it's okay, but just in case, press right RB dot linear velocity x. Okay, so yeah. So write RB dot linear velocity x and the jump force. And basically we done. This script is basically none. So let's enter Unity. I accidentally pressed the wrong button, so let's enter Flappy Bird. Okay, so now we can test it. Oh, there is an what I did wrong. Okay, let's see. Okay, there was just it didn't save it. So let's check. Okay, we can see that the Flappy Bird is jumping, but it's jumping too much. So let's change it to 3.5, let's say. Okay, let's check. Gonna be better. Let's see. Yeah, feeling a bit better. Okay, so now we want to create the pipes. So let's take one pipe, another one, and yeah. Now we were gonna create prefab, and if you don't know what is a prefab, it's basically a way to make clone, like, yeah. Okay, so let's make, yeah. Okay, so create a empty game object that called pipe and reset the transform so it will be on position 0, 0, 0. Okay, so let's enter the sprites and reset their position. Okay, so first we want to set up like this. So set up the pipe's position won't be hard. So yeah, and yeah, very easy. Let's check. Oh, close. Yeah. So let's make it 5. It will be better, I think, or too much easy, I think. So by 3. Game development is pretty much also experimenting things, so it won't be just scripting. So yeah, checking things out, yeah. So let's call it pipe 1, and this pipe 2. So now we're gonna create an folder that called prefab folder. So yeah, and enter the sprite. And now as you can see the symbol of the game object turned blue, and this means that the the game object is a prefab, and now you can delete this. Okay, yeah, you see. And now we're gonna create an script that called in the script folder. We're gonna create a script that called uh, pipe mover. Pipe mover. So we're gonna attach this to the pipe and it's gonna make it move. Okay, it's pretty easy. Uh, okay, so yeah, we're gonna create a serialized field, just field, private float move speed, Let's default it to 4.5. And yeah, for now I think that's it. Let's in the void update, in the update function, we want to make the pipe move. So let's do this. Okay. So transform dot position. Basically, we're taking the position of the player plus equals transform dot uh, right plus uh, moves. So we're adding the transform dot right that it will move right times the move speed that it will move in the move speed times time dot delta time that it won't be laggy. There is if you have a computer that works in 60 frames per second, it will move faster, but if it's like 30 frames per second, it will move slower. So the time dot delta time makes sure that this is consistent. Yeah. So now let's check if, oh, I didn't do the wrong direction. We needed to do left, not, oh, there's no left. So uh so we need to change it to minus equals. Okay, my bad. And every time there's bugs in when you're making a game, so it's okay if you had if you have some bugs. Yeah, it's moving kind of fast. Let's change it to 3. Let's see if it's a bit easier. Yeah, still very, I think, very hard. I don't know. We will see in the future when we will. Yeah, now it's better. Yeah. So we're gonna save save this component in the prefab. So uh, here, click in here, added component, apply to prefab pipe, cause it's not in the prefab. But when we apply it to the prefab, it will be on the prefab. Okay. So now we'll need to create the pipe spawner, the pipe manager. So let's create an entity game object and let's call it pipe spawner. Pipe spawner. Let's reset the transform. Okay. So now we will gonna create an oh, no folder. We're gonna create a script that called pipe spawner. Very easy, very easy. Okay. Okay. Let's. Okay. So basically, here we want to get the prefab. So game object, private game object, prefab, pipe prefab. Let's call it pipe prefab. Fab. Okay. Think that that's it. Now we can delete the update void, and we will create another. We will create our own method that called the void pipe spawner. Spawner. Okay, in the pipe spawner, we're gonna instantiate a new game object. So, a game object, we're basically cloning the game object. Okay, so let's call it a new pipe equals instantiate pipe prefab. And we will add right now an serialized field, private transform, uh, spawn position, spawn point, let's call it spawn point. And in there we're gonna instantiate the, this will be the position that we are gonna instantiate the prefab. So let's do uh okay, so spawn point, yeah, so dot position, and the rotation will be quaternion. Oh, what I did? Quaternion dot identity. So it's just ignores it ignores the rotation. So it will be the original rotation. Oh, and I need to change the name. So spawn, let's say. Okay, yeah. So now in the start function, we're gonna uh, call invoke repeating. Uh, Now we will need to name the function that we created, pipe spawn, and it will basically call it every, let's say, 2.5 seconds. No, let's say 2 seconds, and repeating rate 1.5 seconds. Let's 1.5. Uh, okay. So yeah, I think that's it. Let's check out pipe spawner. Now in the pipe spawner, we're gonna create a game object that called uh, spawn point. Okay, let's make it here. Like, yeah, I think it's really cool. Let's assign the spawn point, and let's assign the pipe prefab. So right now, I think it will work. Let's see. Okay, we had a problem. Oh, so I needed to write pipe spawn. So my bad, my bad. Just so now we can check. Yeah. Now it should. Yeah, you now can see that the pipes are spawning. And yeah, you created your first Flappy Bird game, but we need to add some things. So first, let's add some uh, RNG in the game that every pipe will spawn in another position. So let's enter the pipe spawner, and let's say that the spawn point dot y, spawn point dot position dot y equals random dot range. Okay, so now the range will be let's say, let's add like 0.3f, yeah, 0.3f and minus 0.3f. So now it's gonna be more or uh, uh, wait, we will make it better. New vector 3. Okay, so here it will be 0, and in the y-axis it will be this. So yeah, we're basically adding 0.3 or minus 0.3 to the precision. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. I might made a mistake. Let's see. Yeah, I think I made a mistake. I might not, but for to be sure, I'm just changing it so it won't be any mistake. And now it should not be. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, let's see. Oh yeah, you can see that the pipes are now spawning randomly. The y-axis is randomly. Now we don't have collision, and let's set up in the. Okay, so in the pipes, let's spawn and collider, uh, box collider, yeah. And if we will enter like this, as you can see, we can see the pipes. Oh, I made a mistake. We don't need here. We need in the pipes itself. So now the pipe number 1 and pipe number 2. Let's check that we did all right. I think that we are. Okay, yeah. So now we won't make it collide. We will make it trigger type, so there will be no collision. But if there is some but if the player will collide with the trigger, it will just make a game over. It just will restart the game, I think. Yeah, the best way. Yeah. So now let's enter the pipe mover, the script, and let's do this. Okay. So not in the update, we're one check if there is collision. So right on trigger enter 2D. So and let's call the collision order because I prefer order. Let's check if order dot compare tag compare tag. So if the compare tag will be player, so if the tag of the thing that is colliding with the pipe will be the player, it will reset the scene. So let's do this. Scene manager. So scene manager dot load scene manager dot uh, get active scene. Think, let's say, dot name. Okay. And let's check. Okay, let's check if I'm correct. Okay. Okay. Seems that I made a mistake. Oh yeah, I forgot to don't forget to add the tag to the player. So in the Flappy Bird, make the tag here, change the tag to the player. Okay, and now it should work. Okay, let's check. Okay, for some reason it does work. Let's check for 1 second. Okay, if we were gonna do like this, is is colliding with the triggers uh, the players. So let's check it out for 1 second, guys. So we will do something really basic, but bit stupid. But we will copy this component and make a box collider, a new box collider, and paste the values. And let's check if it's, yeah, it's not. We will do this. Okay, one here and another one. Let's copy this component and paste it. So we will just need to change the position, the offset of the. So we will, let's say 0. I think it might be 0. Just to check. This one. -3. Okay, yeah, -4. So yeah, let's save it and delete the box colliders of the pipes. And now let's save. Press here, save scenes, and now it should work. Yeah. Yeah, now it restarts the game. So yeah. And now we will. Now it's the UI time. Yeah. Let's create an UI in the UI bar. Let's create an text mesh pro and let's call it import it. It's very important to import the text mesh pro essentials and close it. Let's call it score. And yeah, let's see, enter here. Okay, this will be the score. Let's say like this. Okay, yeah. So here we will gonna store the scores. So yeah, pretty easy. Yeah. So the Python for we want to check if the transform dot position if the transform dot position dot x is less than the player dot position. Oh, wait, I forgot to assign to enter a player game player variable, so don't forget. Yeah, serialized field, private game object, player. Yeah, so now we want to make player dot transform dot position dot x. So now if the we want to check if the pipe is beyond the player, and if it is, uh, let's call like let's do for now a comment, add score. So now let's enter Unity and yeah. So now we were gonna create another mono behavior script that called UI score. UI score. Yeah, the UI score will handle the score. So yes, serialized field, private, text mesh prod UGUI, and let's call it score text. Now we're gonna create a private score, a private float score, and yeah, start. Okay, so in the start function, we want to do score text dot text equals to score core, and we want to add the score. Okay, yeah. And now we're gonna leave. Yeah, we're gonna delete, I think, the function, the update function. If we will need it, we will add it later. So yeah, and now we're gonna create a public void. Okay, public void. Let's call it add score. Okay, and let's do it float a value I want to add, the value I want to add, and yeah, I think just the value. Yeah, so score plus equals the value. Okay, value, and let's copy this. Okay, so now we want to access the script from another script, so we're gonna create public static UI score instance. Yeah, and make sure that you will write in instance equals this. Okay, so it's very important to write it down in the start function. Okay, so now we will move to the pipe mover script, and if the transform dot position, oh yeah, if this transform dot position, uh, if the position of the pipe is less than the position of the Flappy Bird, we want to access the UI score dot add score. Okay, we need to get to the instance. Okay, add the score. Yeah, add score 1 point, and that's it. Let's check. Okay, let's add the UI score to the canvas, and let's assign the score text to the score. Okay, so now we'll see that it should work. Oh, there is a problem here with the UI also, so I don't know. Oh, it might, yeah. So here we need to, yeah, make sure. Uh, yeah, let's make it 80. Pretty big. Okay, okay. And now there is a problem here. Oh, I forgot to assign the players, so my bad. In the oh, it's in the pipe mover, so yeah, it's a bit of a problem. So the player will be we will check if we have player. If player is equals to null, uh, if the player is equals to null, we will want to find the player. So game object dot find the name of the player. So if you call it player, just write player. Oh, and don't forget to do player equals game object dot find, and then the name. Okay, so let's write here So let's write here Flappy Bird because this is the name of my game object. Flappy Bird. Okay. So now it should work. Let's see. And yeah, yeah, let's see. Okay. So the problem is that it's adding score infinitely. So we want just to destroy the pipe. Okay. And you do destroy, transform. Okay, so we want instantly to destroy the pipe because it's will be this his position will be always behind the player if it will constantly if it will be exist to constantly, yeah, basically. So yeah, we can check now that. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, okay, okay. We need to game object. I forgot to write your game object. Okay. So now it should work. Let's see. Let's see if it work. It's if it's working. Yeah. Yeah. There is always a better way to make it. I just did it simple, the simplest I could have make, and you can see it's 600 FPS, so frames per second, and yeah, basically. So now we just want to add the boundaries to the players. So let's check for 1 second. Okay. Let's check if the player is here. What is position? Okay. So if he's above 5, yeah, if he's above 5 or yeah. So we want also to check if the player is above 5. So if uh, transform that position, the player position dot y is bigger than 5, or the player position, so transform dot position dot y. Okay, we want to check if his y is less than -5. Oi, not -6, -5. Then if it's -5, we want also to restart the game. So where is the restart? Okay, here. Yeah. So now it should work. Yeah, let's see. See. Okay, yeah, working now. Let's fall down. Yeah, and if we were to up, yeah. So yeah, basic Flappy Bird movement. Let basic Flappy Bird clone. So if you like this video, please subscribe. I will be very grateful. I worked on this tutorial a lot of time, and yeah, see ya in another video.